Okay, we have the power scaling for Igneel. So Igneel, the fire dragon, he's the last of the dragons. Well, true dragons that were, showed up during, Tartaros, right? So he appeared out of nowhere. He was inside of Natsu the whole time. He's like, Natsu's like, oh, you were inside of, me the whole time, but you like made it seem like you had left, and I was like lost. I was looking for you and all this other stuff. And he's like, we can't talk right now. I have to defeat Acnologia, as he's made an appearance here, and I'm the only one who can like stop him. And you have to defeat Margir and get that book called EMD. Don't let him have that. You need to stop him from having that because he actually knows what that is, and that it's connected to Natsu's life energy. The other part of shit, right? Um, because of who Natsu is and shit, right? We know him to be part demon and also part dragon too. Um, due to being a dragon slayer. But Igneo already halted that process. Hence why he was inside of Natsu. So he also then, he fought against Agnologia, and he was doing all right. He gave them enough time to defeat Mardgear and all that. However, he was on the losing end of that. While the other dragons went to destroy the Faith system, his main objective was fighting Agnologia. Agnologia, he would have annihilated everybody there had he not, been courageous and stepped forward and, took up the fight. He ended up being devoured by, Agnologia, a piece of him, you know, like a whole half of his body got ripped off. And then he died, you know. And he told Natsu he was proud of him and everything else, and then he passed on, you know. Now, Igneo is not weak. That's why, like, when they came forth, right, he was the one who, took up the fight against Aknologia. And he, remembers Aknologia and who he is and shit. He's not really a fucking dragon, but he's, a guy who, acts like it and, from, like, what people would know, he basically is, because that's all he is now. But he originally was a human being. Um, and Igneo, just like, I can, try to stop him, but he didn't. Um, and that's just how the story goes. But he's, Natsu's father, right? The one that raised him and taught him Dragon Slayer magic. So his strength is at 97%. His speed is at a 97%. His durability is at a 97%. And his endurance is at a 97%. His intelligence is at a 98%. And his experience is at a 99%. Close skills is at a 98%. 98% for his range skills and a 94 for his Riku. Hacks are at a 98. 94 for Riku. Hacks are at 98. And overall power scores are 97.3 for Igneel. So be cool, call in the corner, and let me know what you think about Igneel in the comments.